drops an atomic bomb.
The free nation face a worldwide threat. It must be met with a worldwide defense.
Hello everyone and welcome to Axis and Allies 1951. Today we'll be going over some of the technologies that you can research as one of the warring powers.
So just like in Global 1940, you do have the option if you want to do some research and development. So for 1951, some of the research is the same, some of it is different, some have been renamed, and some have already been applied to certain units. So coming over here, so like advanced artillery has already been applied into the game already. Paratroopers, improved mechanized infantry have been already applied into the game. Jet fighters and long-range aircraft have as well, except for the long-range aircraft one, not all the air units are affected, just fighters. So just kind of going through it quick to kind of give you an idea. So increased factory production, same as in Global 1940. Major factories can produce 12, minors can produce 5. War bonds is the same. You roll one dice during the collect income and you add that result to your income. Advanced submarines, it's the same thing as the super submarines from 1940. Basically, your submarines will attack on a 3 and can move 3. Advanced airborne, that's a new one. So with advanced airborne, you can now launch airborne attacks with either 3 infantry or 2 infantry and an artillery, sort of to represent the advancement of troop transport technology as in the late 40s and early 50s. Heavy bombers, same as Global 1940. Bombers now get to roll 2 dice when attacking. And then mobile artillery, that basically allows your artillery units to move 2 spaces now, and if you pair them with a tank, they can blitz. Now going over to the second R&D chart, we have heavy tanks. This allows you the option to purchase heavy tanks. We are getting heavy tank markers from historical board gaming that you'll just set under the regular tank. And for heavy tanks, they attack and defend on a 4. They can still move 2. However, they cannot blitz because they're heavier tanks and attacking into a nation that probably doesn't have the best infrastructure, and heavy tanks need infrastructure in order to move. Next is advanced sonar. If a destroyer is present in a sea zone with a enemy submarine, that submarine's attack value is decreased by 1. Mobile anti-aircraft guns. Basically same as the mobile artillery. Anti-aircraft guns are now mobile and can move 2 spaces. And then you have advanced AAA, which is basically the radar technology in Global War, or not in Global War, in Global 1940, which basically upgrades your anti-aircraft to hit on a 2 or less. Next is advanced R&D, which will allow you to successfully research at 5 or 6 now instead of just a 6. And then advanced shipyards is the same as from Global 1940. Here are there are the prices that you get for the improved shipyards. And then something we decided to create for the game, we decided to also create individual nation technologies. Now this one, we decided to make this one to be a little bit more tricky because obviously doing the research follows the same exact rules as 1940. You spend 5 to buy as many dice as you can to research. If you're successful, you get to choose what chart you want to go from, and then you roll to see what you unlock. So for each nation, there's only 2 specific ones, and it's a lot harder to achieve the breakthrough if you can. So going into it, so here's the US tech that they can specific to themselves. So there is advanced carriers, which will allow US carriers to carry 3 aircraft instead of 2. And then there's the B-52 bombers. If the US achieves to unlock that, bombers will hit, I gotta double check here, sorry about that. So bombers will now hit on a 5. Unfortunately, they still will defend at a 1. They can move at 8, but they can also carry 2 atomic bombs instead of 1 like the regular strategic bombers. Coming over to NATO, you have the EM-2 assault rifle, which was an assault rifle the British developed in the right at the end of the 40s, and they kind of adopted it, but then they also got rid of it. But we decided that because now there's a war on, they basically rush it into production. But so what the EM-2 assault rifle gives, it allows NATO infantry to hit on a 2 or less, and when supported by artillery, each supported infantry can roll 2 dice and take the best result. And then atomic bombs, because none of the NATO nations developed atomic weapons until the mid-50s, that is a technology that they have to try and unlock for themselves. And then once they do, it does allow them to purchase atomic bombs at 30 IPC. Next, we have the Soviet Union, starting off with the AK-47. The rules are the same exact for the EM-2. Soviet infantry hit on a 2 or less, and then if they are supported by artillery, they get to roll 2 dice and pick the best result. And then the next one is massed artillery. What massed artillery will do is if you have 4 more artillery attacking in the same territory, all that artillery now has an attack value of 3 to kind of simulate Russia's favorability to using artillery a lot, as we all know. And then moving over to China, China's tech, atomic bombs, same thing as NATO. They have the Chinese didn't develop nuclear weapons until around the late 50s, early 60s. So this is just something that they have to unlock by themselves. We have thought about putting a turn limit on being able to unlock, to at least even attempt to unlock that technology. We're not entirely sure yet if we are or not. And then same thing for the AK-47. AK-47 rules are the same as the Soviets. However, China cannot research AK-47s until the Soviets have successfully researched AK-47s, because obviously the Soviet Union supplied China with AK-47s. So it wouldn't make sense for China to research them when they were a Soviet invention. So that was a quick look at all the tech. If you guys have any suggestions or any different kind of like rule changes for the tech, leave a comment, subscribe, and hope you all have a good day, and thanks for watching.